this out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JDM World. Pretty badass subwoofer, right? Yeah, well this is the video where we build it. So this thing is made from the GSG Audio Marty Cube kit. This is the new version, the V2 rounded over, not the flat front one, but the new style. And I loaded up with an Eminence tour grade subwoofer, and that's the model number NSW4018-8. Now this is from the same line of subwoofers that I used in the Devastator that I built, and I'll put a link up to that. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out, because that is a badass subwoofer. But we're gonna build kind of the baby brother, simpler version sub today. This is the smallest footprint sub that GSG makes, and it fits into almost any environment. Before we get started, let's talk about tools a little bit. Same tools I've always used, so nothing surprising, but just to call these out really quick, I've got a list. Glue, glue brushes, clamps, rubber mallet, razor knife, electric drill, all the bits, paint supplies, orbital sander, screws, wire stripper, crimper, so nothing crazy. And once you do a build or two, this is stuff that you're gonna have laying around. But if you haven't done one before, make sure to watch very closely and make a list of all the stuff that you're going to need, because it kind of sucks to get halfway through and then you're like, oh god, I don't have a so-and-so, because then you have to stop, and then you start making those trips back and forth to Lowe's or Home Depot anyway. So we're going to jump right into this video. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give me a like. If you don't like it, still give me a like. Give me extra likes. Tell all your friends. I'm doing my best to build a channel so I can bring more content like this to you. I'd like to do a cool build every month. That's my goal. And with that, let's jump right into the build. This first piece of the build is really the trickiest part. You've got to get these 3 pieces of wood glued together, and there's really nothing for them to hold on to while you're doing it. So as you'll see, I use a 4th piece of the box that fits in at the farther end as a brace so that I can clamp all this stuff up, but I don't glue that one in, right? So just be careful not to glue it in, and then also make sure that that piece at the kind of the top of the U there that you see is set correctly. There are 2 ways that it'll fit in, and look closely at the instructions to make sure you've got it right.
And up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be.
This is where you have a decision to make. Are you going to use regular speaker wire connectors, or are you going to use Speak-On power cables, the Pro style? If you're going to use Speak-On, the Pro stuff, you need to glue this little round circular piece in. If not, you don't need to worry about it.
much better. Oh, yeah. Before you, I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. Follow your heart, baby, don't be shy. Just follow yours and I'll follow mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. Something good.
In these next two sections, you're going to install internal bracing, and it's very important that you get this bracing pushed down all the way. If you don't, it'll stick up a little too far and it'll make it really difficult to put the front baffle on. So when you put these in, make sure you get them seated as far down as you can.
Way back in '84, I fell in love for sure. We never meant to run, had no reason, we'd already won. What you wanna do? Chemicals just for fun. The feeling cuts right through. Someone stop me from bleeding. I really lost it, but it's just an illusion. 'Cause we're back at where we've been a million times. We rise and then we fall. Survive.
This front baffle is really the coolest part of the build for me. I really like the way it works and fits together. You do have to get these little wooden dowels that you see. If you check out the webpage, it'll give you the specifics, and I'll also have some links down below to the ones that I use that worked well. But this thing's triple layer goodness, and it fits together so perfectly. So I really enjoyed putting this piece together.
Someone stop me from bleeding. I really lost it, but it's just an illusion. 'Cause we're back at where we've been a million times. Watching life like you're dreaming. I'm really falling, but it's just an illusion. My secret's on display. We don't have to fight it anyway. Time to run it all. up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up.
Okay, I know that tape is ghetto, but I ran out of painter's tape about halfway through this thing, so guess what? Duct tape to the rescue. It seemed to work okay. So, don't be scared to do what you gotta do.
Cause when you're beside me, I know we make it past the storm. Now isn't to fight it, we just have to wait until it's gone. You ask me why I'm so sure, and I don't know why. Just one of the things.
One thing you need to do that I didn't have to because things worked out pretty well, but as you're getting ready to put this front baffle on, you need to dry test it, right? So dry fit, and if it lifts up anywhere, this is where you take that orbital sander and just knock down anything that's preventing that baffle from sitting absolutely flat. You want this thing to be as flush as it is, right? You can't have any bumps or have this thing lift up anywhere. So this is very important. Use the sander copiously if you need to get this part right.
Is all they want when time pass by, while you and I is at the same. Wasting another day. 'Cause when you're beside me, I know we make it past the storm. Now isn't to fight it, we just have to wait until it's gone. You ask me why I'm so sure, and I don't know why. Just one of the things I don't worry about. 'Cause nothing's dark while you're still around. Yeah, it's all good 'cause you're around. 'Cause you're around.
These little feet are my least favorite part of the whole build, right? So it doesn't give you a flat bottom, and then you've got these little gaps that I ended up having to put a lot of filler in to make things smooth. I would much rather have had just a solid piece that you put across the bottom, and then you can fill the cracks in or whatever to make it smooth, so that when you lay this thing on the side, and I have to lay mine on the side the way my screen works, so it'll look better. So it kind of looks a little jacked up with these weird feet on the bottom. Now, having this is nice because you can mount little rubber feet or something to this thicker part, but for me, I would rather just have a full, smooth, flat plate there.
I would be with you every second of my life. Sometimes it's just another day to get through, but it's not easy when you're blind from the truth. Oh, darling, let me be your mountain, 'cause I see it as my goal. Wanna be with you every second I got. Don't cry.
Okay, I think everybody at this point knows that I'm bad at the finished part of this. I can't paint worth a flip. With a brush or a roller or a spray gun, it just never seems to work out right for me. But just try and get the everything sanded down as best you can, make it nice and smooth, and then just go at it, right? Because I just go at it and hope. Practice makes perfect, and these things aren't going to be perfect, especially your first few builds. So Duratex is super forgiving. If you haven't done this a lot before, that's a good way to start. If you have any irregularities in your finish, it'll cover it up pretty good. But just give it a shot. Watch some other videos on how to paint and that kind of stuff, and that'll help you a lot. But like I said, this is the part that I am the worst at. So if I can manage to get a passable finish on this, you absolutely can do better for sure.
I wanna be with you every second I got. Ooh, I got. Gonna make it alright. Ooh, yeah. Even if you're down under the ocean messed it up. I know that you know it, 'cause you already messed it up. I think you're addicted to drama. It keeps you sleeping at night. Keep losing your shit on my problems. You know that something ain't right. Blaming me for causing your insanity. I'm pretty sure you're born like...
We'll close out the video with some images of the subwoofer playing the classic Bass I Love You. We'll keep the volume down for copyright purposes, but maybe you can pick out which part of the song this is just by the movement of the cone. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. And as always, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.
You already messed it up.